Harry, from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is September 18, 2025. It is 1:37 a.m. It took me a while to create a list. This video will be focusing on Trump being in the UK. There are some tweets that I left behind, like for instance, Trump was giving a speech. I didn't bother putting it. But I focus on some of the tweets that the squads were talking about. Majority of the tweets that I have are retweets, all right, but different captions. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. This is the first tweet. Imagine how bad your marriage must be that you make Trump and Melania, of all people, look like loving couple. Yeah, there's the space here. Looks like that's when Trump first arrived and William and Kate went to greet them. So the retweet here from Kaiser Celebrity. Princess Kate wore Amelia Wickstead to greet Donald and Melania Trump and Windsor. Alright, let's read some of the comments. At least they touch each other. It is normal for some people to hold hands. Harry holds Meghan's hand all the time. It is showing empathy with each other and a touch of love. Whilst with Trump, she is probably stopping him from falling. I don't know. It is the real Melania or body double. Who knows? Look like Willy will rather hold Trump's hand than Kitty's. Mind you, that's the moldy hand we've been seeing for the past few weeks. What's moldy hand? Okay, I don't know. Whatever's on the screen, that's it. I'm scared to turn on channel 5. It's going to be a Windsor wank fest for months. Kate is willing to do anything to become queen, even the continually humiliated. Yeah, there's some stuff in this. There's some humiliation that Camilla, I don't know. Melanoma is Trump's caretaker. They request 2 deported bedrooms on this trip. She was instructed to assist him walk a straight line because he's not capable of not anymore. Okay, capable of not anymore. What does that mean? Nothing living about diaper Don and his hooker. Okay, I don't know. Looked like Prince William was wanting to hold Donald Trump's hand instead of Kate Middleton. Well, there's some things that I'm thinking because these are too evil-minded. So we already know what's William #1 priority. Okay, if you know, you know. So I'm just praying that whatever nonsense they planning and plotting don't even reach whatever it is that they want. Okay, this is a baggage for God. I'm trying not to say what it is, but baggage for God. May God continue to protect the Sussexes. Next tweet. So this is Trump and Charles in the carriage. You see, I'm looking at this picture here. When they want to show, these people are performing, okay? They are performing, but their mind are so freaking evil. They're performing for the people to get them back. Well, Charles, there's no voting for him. This is his place. He's not going anywhere. But like, for instance, I'm thinking of Bojo and Trump. When they wanted something, they perform for the particular narrative that they want to sell to the people. Because these two, I mean, I know Bojo, Boris Johnson, is not in office. He was removed. I understand that. But I'm talking when he was in office in comparison to Trump, who is in office now. When they want certain things, they go by a narrative. They act, okay? They act toward that narrative so people to gather people's emotion. Okay? So right now, Trump is looking fine. Okay, he's looking fine. He doesn't look sick to me. I don't know, because I don't follow him all the time to look at everything, everyday pictures, but occasionally I see things here and there. He looks sick, he's this and that, different tabloids saying different things. But right now, he looks fine. But when two evil-minded people get together, there's nothing good that gonna come out of this. We just have to send our prayers. That's it. Trump's nussy is getting out of control. Okay, I don't know. Like I said, I don't follow too much. Nussy, a mythical vagina with scrotum attached to bottle. That's the meaning of it. I don't want to be reading it, okay? Both look sick. Nah, this one, Trump looks fine. It's Charles that looks, his face look inflated or something. When you look at Charles' hand, look very swollen. Charles' face looks swollen too. But Trump right now, in my eyes, it seems like he looks normal to me. Okay, both look sick. Trump just trying to cover his with dark bronzer. This hobbyist strip experience being a king for a day is not going to do him any favors with his ongoing health issues. Okay, two of the most deplorable men in history riding around in a ridiculous carriage at our expense. Charles be sweating, trying not to look at it. He has no gay friends. Oh my God, his face is living proof. Okay, I don't know. I wonder if big ears have plugs up his nose. Okay, so these are silly comments. Let's go to the next tweet. Now, this tweet, I believe there are different retweets on the list. Alright, so this is where things starting to get juicy here. Poor Willy trying to look like a statesman. What's with his neck? Willy then learned about personal space. He's close enough to smell his breath. The wells are so ungraceful. They have become hard to watch. What happened to all the royal etiquette nonsense? This one is 11 seconds. Watch, is that the one where Kate come out of nowhere and start talking and you look at Camilla, like, shoo her away? I took a screenshot, posted on my community board. Let's see.
Presidents of the United States would come freely to the United Kingdom
Yeah.
visits because it's really
Wow.
He was the first president of the United
You know, as much, I mean, some of you, I know the squad are laughing about it because it's like a payback the way Kate had dealt with Meghan. So that's a different story here. Karma is pretty much at play here. But when you look at Camilla doing this, I'm sure there could have been a different way of talking to Kate. I mean, what's the hell with her with all the bending the knee? What the fuck? Okay, let's watch it again. Look at. Oh my God. It's like Camilla shoo her away, like go away or something like that. I'm sure there's a different way of saying it. It doesn't look on Camilla at all. Again, these are evil-minded people that getting together. I'm sure there's things she wants to tell to, I don't know. These two women pretty much in their respective spouses, they represent the same type of position. Camilla is the mold to keep Charles in check, in my humble opinion. And Melania is the same thing to Trump. Oh, that is so embarrassing. They are both so out of touch. Kitty dismissed by Camilla, Willy hunting over and passing time, oblivious that his wife has been sent away by his stepma. Their dysfunction is glaring. Camilla shoos Kate away because she can't carry an adult diplomatic discussion. You know what that reminds me? There's a outing that William and Kate did. And William was talking to somebody. And Kate came out of nowhere, jump into the conversation. I have that. Let me share it with you.
Jam, then cream, because I think jam is heavier. And then the cream
I always do
sits.
jam and then cream.
Thank you. Because I think jam is heavier. And then the cream
I always do
sits.
jam and then cream.
Thank you.
This is what just that remind me. The way William responded to Kate at that particular event, he rolled his eye. It's like, oh my God, here we go again. But Camilla just shoo her away and says, stop talking. There's a way. I'm sure there's a way of doing it without putting yourself in this kind of, I don't know, like this person said, etiquette, in a way of showing grace. But then again, she doesn't have it. Let me not waste time trying to explain these nonsense people. Oh my God. I read this. They lost it years ago, if they ever had it. Etiquette and grace check out with Betty. 100%. Let's go to the next one. Now, this is another retweet. Oh my God. I want to finish already. I just started, but I want to finish. The same oh, I didn't do it. Let me pause for a second. Okay, so this, luckily I searched for it. I almost forget it since I have so many other tweets. I was gonna skip that. So this is where Kate came into the conversation. Okay, I'm here for Camilla's side eye. Okay, 18 seconds, look.
Sovereign's escort, which will be in 4 divisions, provided by the lifeguards and the police and royals.
Look at Camilla's face.
Brooch with a large sapphire, which was a present to Queen Victoria.
Oh, this is how she got into the conversation. I could. She pissed Camilla off. Camilla's trying to get whatever nonsense that goes in her head out of her head to Melania, and then Kate came in. This is the part here that's pretty much expressed. Look at this. Talking, boom. Oh my God. The person who's recording is laughing. Oh my God. There's that. Honestly, I don't even like both of them, but Kate was really disrespectful. Yeah, I think so too, because Camilla was in the middle of a conversation. They were in a conversation. I think she forgot that Charles is still alive. I think she has to join them because William had left her to go fanboy Trump. I mean, it would be just easier to just stand next to William and be quiet. What conversation does she has? Yeah. I don't want to say she deserves it. There's a way of doing it. But she jumped in. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that she did with the outing that she did with William. Jumping in the conversation. Oh my God. There's so much to be taught people. You know, when I know a lot of African Americans tell their kids that when adults are talking, you stay quiet or give a sign or, you know, say, excuse me or something like that. She just jump in. That basic etiquette, she doesn't know. She said, back off, biatch. You're not queen yet. This is why I keep on putting this over in the list, because the squad turned it into something. Get her, Camilla. Her eyes. Okay, get her, Camilla. Her eyes said everything. The evil Camilla bullying Kate in front of cameras. Just who does she think she is? She should be ashamed, and Charles should hold her to account. Creepy phone calls won't fix the bullying we saw live today. I mean, it's like the blind lead the blind. All right, it's the people who's gonna write the headlines who knows better, but yet it's like cleaning on aisle 5 or something. They're gonna clean that up. They're gonna pretend what you saw is not what it is. There's the laugh. Here Camilla looks like she is smelling something quite nasty. Is Camilla really that insecure? That's very sad. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say about these people. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. There's a way of doing it. Both of them, okay? Camilla and Kate are both are in wrong. The way they do things. Camilla was already in a conversation. And then Kate come in while in the middle of the conversation. The way Camilla shoo her away, it's also wrong. Okay, they all are wrong. The way they do it, especially when cameras is rolling and things like that. But then again, this is the other part of things. Knowing what I know now, the nastiness, the way these people are, both Charles camp and Trump's camp. All right, they all are nasty people. So they all meet, I don't know. It's people with decency. Like when Queen Elizabeth was alive. Okay, this is where will be matter. But these people, they hang around with each other. We may not see it in the, from the facade of things, but in the background with the Epstein, they all are freaking the same. Okay, so that's that. That's my conclusion with this. Next tweet. My goodness. I don't know when decency is gonna come back. This is another tweet of it again. Bunch of old hags. That's the caption. I'm here for Camilla's side eye. That's the one I showed a few minutes ago. LOL. She hates her guts. Get her, Camilla. Pretty subtitle. Don't forget I'm here. What do you call conversation beyond boring? Kate seemed jolly enough. She had a stroke. The concert really doesn't like her future replacement, does she? She can do some fake smile. 2 former side chicks. You see? This is it. Like I was saying a few minutes ago. What Camilla is to Charles is the same thing as Melania to Trump. And then with the Epstein, they plug them all together. These are the same old hags, the same trashy people. So them displaying their trashiness, I don't know. Hooker and adulterer. There it is. Okay, so there's that. This is what we are seeing. These people are trying to normalize this behavior. Oh my God, when are we gonna get out of this? When? Next tweet. Same thing again. Look at Camilla's face. Oh my God. They expect you to believe American biracial Meghan Markle was welcomed with open arms when their queen consort with their UK, what is that? Something was future queen consort Kate like this in public. I thank God they show their true faces early to allow our good sis to escape. Yep, I agree with her. Alright, that's the same video. Camilla said, move along now. There's the laugh here. This is a textbook definition of Queen Bee behavior. Seems like you have no clue what the royal protocol is. I mean, where is the protocol here? Look at the behavior. The thing is that since Queen Elizabeth passed, there's no royal protocol. These people goes on the fly. Look last week when Harry was over there in the UK. I remember reading a tweet before Harry went to the UK. One of the squad searched for the itinerary, the schedule for the royal family. There was nothing scheduled during that week. But here we go. Once Harry's over there, William is popping different places. There's no royal protocol anymore with these people. We are seeing trash and display both in the US and in the UK. It's trashy. Queen Elizabeth took the prestige thing with her. Oh my God. Let's look at the video again.
That presidents of the United States would come freely
Look,
to
go.
state visits, because it's really only Woodrow Wilson who was the first president of the United States. Unbelievable. Where's this person here? Seems like you have no clue what the royal protocol is. You know what? Let me leave her alone. I don't need to discuss this with her. She's alerting her to the arrival of the carriage. Oh, you a disgusting idiot. Telling Princess Kate the carriage out there is proper and correct, you moron. Okay, Melania seems to step back, and a tension of seemingly pleasant interchange with Kate being rudely interrupted. Yes and no, but Kate jumped in the conversation of Melania and Camilla. And then the way Camilla responded added to the nastiness of things. All right, let's leave that alone. Next tweet. Now we're moving to the 10th here. There's a lot of retweet of the 10th, the way the squad put their caption. Okay. But Peg has a major role, remember? There's a question mark here. Yeah, I'm sure Harry is really bummed he doesn't get to participate in humiliation ritual like this anymore. So they kept them out. center stage. One of the psychotic fans said this about her. What is that here? I wonder if Peggy and Choco knows they're outranked by a blow. And there's a laugh here. And it's clear Peggy is looking at Fergie behind Kate and not gazing into her eyes like a madman or trying to make out. There's a laugh here. I love some of the okay, this is nonsense. If you want to read, you could read. Pause and read. I don't know. There's that. This was during the funeral. The caption was making reference to this picture, it seems. Okay, Trump probably insists they stand to the side so he be the tallest. Will I be a bad person if I say when I saw the pic, the first thing I said was, quote, pity it then start raining heavily, end quote, just like it did with the kids. Willy Leaks makes the press keep telling us he is a global statesman, and his spy really said in the most public way, wanna bet? Maybe. Love that for Willy, as he has consistently leaked how he can't wait for his spy to join his granny and what he will do when he becomes king. I've seen those headlines. Welcoming committee. That's an ad. Let's move on. Oh my God. There's more comment, but let's move on. This is another version of it. Not allowing in the tent. Protocol. The tent protocols. You got this red carpet fever bed, my friend. This protocol is made up nonsense for some people to feel more important than others. Protocol is whatever they wanted it to be and should be. In this case, to not minimize the future monarch. Hard to show Billy idol respect as monarch after seeing him treated like a schoolboy. Like that last tweet that I was just reading, where William keeps on telling the papers, global statesmen and things. I think this was a message to say, you're not gonna stand there with me, this kind of thing. And look how Camilla shoo Cato away. Okay, so that's another statement as well. The fact that the royal family even welcomes him into their home for a effing banquet says a lot about them anyway. That's what I was saying. They all the same nasty people. Sure, Harry has a jump through hoops to get a meeting with his own pa, but this Trump get an invite. Well, I hate to say that. I mean, I agree with her in a way, but whether we agree the way Trump won to be in the position that he's in, but he is in the position. So this type of event happened for world leaders. Unfortunately, we got Trump. Trump's full diaper smell. Okay, let's leave that alone. Next tweet. Another retweet of the tent. I'm just gonna read some of the comments underneath, but it's the caption I'm more for. I can tell you how happy I am that Harry and Meghan are no longer working royals. Thank you, Prince William, Kate, and Camilla. Okay, she gets it. It was William who kicked Harry out. Okay, so she gets it. Usually, when I keep on seeing things, Harry left and this and that, I have to remind people it was William who made that possible. Alright, she gets it. Or he, whoever behind the account. Agree, and I truly believe that if Harry and Meghan were there, William and Kate would be under that tent and Harry and Meghan would be left out. I don't think Harry and Meghan would be even in that event at all. I don't think so. Unless if they want to humiliate them, they will make them do that. But this is a state event here. So it's the heir, I mean, it's the monarch and the heir that should be there, which is what's happening here. But keeping William out of the tent, I think, is a form of disrespect. And then the way Camilla treated Kate is another form of disrespect. Okay? Those royals seems to always be evil to someone. When Meghan was there, she was their favorite target. This is why the squad are so happy. What exactly are you thanking them for? Taking £23 million a year from our essential public services and charities as rent for land they do not actually own. Let me respond. I'm going to respond to this. The King and Prince William are funding their private lifestyle by secretly levying millions of pounds a year of charges from the armed forces, the NHS, state school charities, mining companies, and the general public. This is what I'm going to say. So this is what I say here. This person here, what exactly are you thanking them for? Taking £23 million a year from our essential public service and charities as rent for land they do not actually own. So there's me responding here. The global community is happy in agreement with the caption. However, the £23 million, okay, let's put the pound. The £23 million a year is yours and UK problem. Not the rest of the world. The royal family is not taking £23 million a year from the global community. I don't know. Maybe they are. There's ways these people fondle things that's going on. I don't know. But this is UK problem. Alright, so that's that. Alright, what else other people are saying? In fact, Harry and Meghan are the only working royals. The leftovers are tax-funded PR devotees. Alright, let's plug this. Okay. That is just the most ridiculous looking thing. The whole royalty thing is so absurd. They seem to primarily occupy themselves with their little dramas and act like it's all so epic because they're royals. Well, the drama, it's pretty much to distract the rest of the world. Okay? To listen to nonsense. Meanwhile, destroying other cultures, other countries is the real deal. Okay? To keep them in the position that they are. Look what's happening in France. The last one of the videos I did yesterday, I sort of went into some of these topics. I don't usually have a video specifically with these things. It's during the conversation with myself, I bring up different topics. All right. When you look at what's happening in France right now, France, its economy is crashing. I don't know if it is already crashed, but when you look at what's happening in Africa, where Burkina Faso, a lot of African countries kick France out. So what France was doing, okay, I don't want to go in full detail because I didn't pay too much attention to it, but in my humble opinion, what France was doing, as they were extracting things from the resources, natural resources from Africa, all right, they thought this will never stop. So they didn't really manage the money the way they should, because every elected officials, similar to the US, I'm pretty sure they do that over there too. When they see a pile of money, they don't think of the people as a whole. They put things in their pocket. So meanwhile, the coffer that, the account that should be for the people, okay, when they retire, they could get their money, their retirement money and things like that. There's none. The people wasted it. And then they thought Africa will still be, they will still be extracting natural resources from Africa that will keep the money flowing. Meanwhile, once Africa put a pause to it, put a stop to it, kick them out, the flowing of money is no longer happening. And then the people who work their butt off and put money toward their saving, their retirement, when they should be relaxing, and then get money from the government, there's no money. Because the flow of money from Africa is not there. But meanwhile, the people they elected, who should be, there should have been a lot of money in the coffers of the retirees. But the elected officials waste it. So when you look at in the US, the moment Trump comes in, okay, because in the US, there were people who were elected who prevent the Republican from wasting our Social Security and things like that. They've been after it for a very long time.
They wanted for Social Security to not be there anymore. So there was a lot of money onto Social Security. Each time they're doing wars, they use our Social Security money to start wars, and then they never put it back. So Trump came out, whatever was left in the Social Security, he pretty much, I don't know, he changed things. I don't even know what's there anymore. But anyway, people who pay attention in a micro detail could explain more on that. But that's pretty much the tactic. They never wanted it. The reason they never wanted it, the Social Security, the safety net, is that a lot of African American who work their butt off were really benefit from it. Okay, once they retired, their money, they're not working, the money from the Social Security, which is their money, by the way, money from Social Security, which they pay throughout their working lives into it. Now they retired, they were getting the money back. So some of these white people, they didn't like it. The comfort, the easiness, the lifestyle of not struggling, they did not want that for black people. So they destroying it for everybody. And then those MAGAs who think they're special and Trump don't even care about them, they fall into the pit because they themselves as well did not want African American to live a comfortable lifestyle. So they F themselves up too. And then it's the same type of mindset I believe was happening in France. But France, on the other hand, was getting the flow of natural resources from Africa going over there. So when money was coming in, even though politicians were probably putting things in their pocket, but the flow of money, resources was coming in, and then the people who worked their butt off were still getting money of their retirement. So now the young people who, when it's time to vote with that crazy mindset, okay, going along with those old people with their racist, fascist mindset, and now they ruined their own future. There's a thumbnail I did yesterday. I'll put it on the screen. How did I have it again? Where young people are pointing toward Africa. Okay, young people are shaping their future. Africans, youth of Africa are shaping their future, and youth of the West are shaping their future. But it's like night and days. Okay, and then there's so much I said in the last video. It's not doing so well right now. I realize. Where is it? This video. Okay, there's here. You see the young people are pointing toward here, the future of the world. You have the globe, and you have the pyramid. It's the same type of pyramid I used in one of my video thumbnails before. Okay, this is what Africans, youth, minorities are pointing toward. And then here you have the royal family during the funeral, and then behind is one of the pictures from Gaza, destruction. All right, there's a question mark, and it's very cloudy. Okay, very questionable. Which type of future do young people want? All right, so anyway, what did I just do? Okay, so that's that. Let's see here. Let me read what's there and then move on. It's Camilla's dear. Wow, that photo is unkind. I'm glad that Harry and Meghan aren't there either, especially since they spent all week trying to smear them. There's plenty of room for Willy and Katie under the canopy, surely. On whose order are they shafted to the curb? I totally dislike them, but this is an unnecessary public humiliation. Let them do their things. Well, there's something she said here. There's plenty of room. There was something I read here. Whose order or something like that. Well, the king is there. Whatever he said in the moment, that's what happened. Okay, he's the king. All right. Oh my God, laughing my ass off. People are laughing. All right, so there they are. He put them out of the canopy. In a way, technically, yeah, they are the world leaders. Well, figure representative here for Charles, but it is what it is.
Why the I can't wait. If depend on, I mean, life have a way of doing things. If Charles were to go first before Camilla, I would love to see how William treats Camilla. I'm pretty sure Camilla will want to be still hanging around to take care of what's the heir, William's son. Why then William and Kate stand in the cover platform behind Charles and Camilla and the Trumps. The Welleses could have waited inside of Windsor Castle. This visual was a choice. My God, was it a choice? Holy shit. This is protocol though. People are just laughing. Melania is dressed as a Grim Reaper and Trump look like someone tried to dress a pig cadaver in a cheap man's suit. What is it? During the inauguration, I didn't really cover it, but there was a picture of what's her name, Melania, and I said something. It's like a funeral. Okay, it's like death to America. Maybe this is the same thing here. Representative, death to the UK. I don't know. I said it in one video, but I didn't really cover that too much because I was in such a disappointment and angry of what was happening. All right. Oh no, what happened to Statesman Willy? Was he put in his place? Let's pause this. Look like Pop with Lazy Wells in the corner. Banished. They were put aside like yesterday's leftovers. The squad are just laughing. All right, let's move on. Next tweet. Tent Saga. All right. So one of the squad brought up past event. All right. Why do royalists so blatantly lie? Here we have the South Korean state visit and November 23. Picture under a tent of South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol, okay, the name, his wife Charles, Camilla, William and Kate. William and Kate were excluded from the tent with Trump today. Let me look at another, look how Charles is looking at her. Wow, she looks very young. Let me pause and look for another picture of this event. Okay, so this is what South Korean state visit, 11/23, and the UK. Alright, so there's that. Okay, so this is another event, okay? Another picture, I should say. I want a frontal view from the outside. Is there any? Okay, maybe this one. Okay, so that's when they're getting off. No pictures, no pictures. Maybe this one. Okay, so they under the tent. That's a different tent. Very interesting. This look a little bit more somewhat, even though it's not permanent, but it looks more, how do you call this? Formal kind of thing. There's Kate. But whatever, let me not waste time. There's that here. There's another one here, a different event. Oops, apparently Queen Elizabeth II wasn't aware of protocol. What's this here? Okay. So is that the excuses that they're giving for William not being in the tent protocol? So there's Charles stepping back. I like that dress. It looks simple but very elegant. Very simple, very elegant. And I like the color tone. Okay. Facts are not their friend, so they just lie instead. There's all of this. That's an ad. There's this. Right. Show. William was put in the corner. Charles and William do not get along. Like one of the comment that says, because he wanted to be statesman, so Charles said, okay, you want to be statesman? Step aside. And the way Camilla was acting too. So this is a thread. After she was told to go stand the other side. This is where, wow. I have to say, the interrupting the conversation, that was a big no-no. And then the respond back is another double whammy kind of thing. There it is here. Go. Jesus Christ. Wow. There's the squad reminding this is what they did to Meghan. Karma. What goes around comes around. Reminds me of this pic. Yeah. Yep. There's 4 comments under it here. Yes, exactly this. Alright, the squad, they don't hold back. They remember. Yep. And at least, this is the thing here. Meghan understand where these people stood. Okay? How they felt about her. She didn't try to attach herself. This is the thing that I will always be at awe with Meghan. Once she understand each people's perspective, she knows they didn't want her at their table, she kept her distance. She kept her distance. She didn't try to force herself, And the other thing as well, she did not let, that when some people move up the ladder or something. I'm just saying in general. This is not about Meghan, but just an example. When some people move up the ladder and then they forgot where they came from. Okay? So Meghan marrying to the institution, she never forget her root. She embraced it. Even during her interview, her engagement interview, she spoke about that. And she was proud of it. That's the thing.
Some of that scrutiny, and you ended up making a very public statement about it, some of that scrutiny was centered around your ethnicity, Meghan. When you realized that, what did you think?
Of course, it's disheartening. It's a shame that is the climate in this world, to focus that much on that, or that would be discriminatory in that sense. But I think, at the end of the day, I'm really just proud of who I am and where I come from, and we have never put any focus on that. We've just focused on who we are as a couple. And so when you take all those extra layers away and all of that noise, I think it makes it really easy to just enjoy being together and tune all the rest of that out.
Okay, and this is what actually bring more people toward her in support of her. Okay, like I tell so many of you in many other videos, I was not following Meghan, but I was aware of her. And when she married into the institution, and I used to think the prestige of the royal family, but when I look deeper, it's trash. And I think Meghan saw it too. Okay, yes, exactly this. All right, so that's that. Let's move on.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
We ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better